Hi, and welcome to this week's episode. My name is Lynda Gaiao. This week we're taking a look at trait 61, which is inner truth. There's nothing more amazing than having a moment where this inner insight, this inner knowing lands within the core of your being. It's such a deep knowing that you just know it to be true. You know it to be so without needing any explanation of why. And this is the level of inner knowing that has the potential to come through this week. It's not part of the rational mind. It's not part of the conscious mind. So trying to use our minds to find it or trying to consciously get there is really an exercise in futility. This particular trait has a very individual flavor to it. And what that ultimately means is the energy moves through in a pulse. And what that means is that it will not be there and not be there and not be there, and suddenly it is there. There's no way to turn it on when you want to and turn it off when you don't want it. And in the meantime, what I encourage you to do while you're waiting for this energy to come through, which when it does has this potential to bring through not only change, transformation and mutation, but this uniqueness, this unique insight, this profound, deep inner knowing has the potential to not only empower those around you, but to also change our perception and the perception of those around us. So when we're thinking of it from a business perspective, these inner knowings, these very individual insights, unique insights, could really have a very strong competitive advantage against other people in the same marketplace. And so the seduction to try to force this or to bring this through is obviously there in a pressurized world. Now we're already going to be feeling the pressure when this trait comes in, and it's specifically a mental pressure to know these deeper insights. But what I'd encourage you to do is just try to watch the pressure and not necessarily take action from it. Because if we can, just explore this idea of knowing and really allow ourselves to fall into the mystery of the potential of knowing and kind of be relaxed in that space, when the timing is right, when the energy is there, the deep knowing, the individual insights will be there. And once they come through, and if it's correct for us to share, then we have this amazing opportunity to empower others, to shift their perception, and to really make radical changes in the world around us. Because there is so much mental pressure this week, I'd really encourage you to try to be a witness or an observer to this mental pressure, and just checking in with your decision-making strategy and only acting on the pressure if it is in alignment with you, if it is correct for you. Otherwise, if you submit to the mental pressure and you take action from that place, instead of reaching a place of inner knowing, ultimately all you're going to do is get more confused and potentially even feel quite anxious about the fact that you don't know what you don't know. So it's a kind of like this conundrum of releasing, surrendering, letting go to the mystery, and when the timing is right, the inner knowing will appear. When the energy is right, the inner knowing will appear as well. One of the other things that I might just mention here is that 70% of the population has the inspiration function undefined. And the shadow or distraction of this is thinking about things that don't matter. So when this energy comes through and you don't have this function defined, you're going to feel this pressure to engage your energy and your time on thinking about so many things that don't matter. And so it's really a crucial time for you this week to just keep checking in and going, is this really important? Is this really something that I need to pay attention to? And if not, just let it go. Because the last thing we want to be doing is submitting to the pressure or to be using our time in the shadow aspect rather than in alignment of our design. Over the coming week, as we sit in this transit energy, I'd encourage you to embrace your individuality, embrace any unique and profound insights that come through, and give other people the space to do the same, knowing that your inner truth is yours and yours alone. And conversely, somebody else's inner truth is theirs and theirs alone. If we all had the same inner truth, there would be no diversity. There would be no differentiation on this planet. Therefore, honor your individual insight and go deeper into the self-acceptance of yourself, and conversely, the self-acceptance of others. Allow them the space to do that too. I'd encourage you to spend some time in silence. With the individuality comes this opportunity for us to have this quiet, this allowing ourselves just to be suspended in the waiting, in the silence, so that when the energy is ready to come through, we are open to receiving it. Because if we're really distracted, if we're consumed by the pressure, the mental pressure that's going to be around this week, the insights might come through, but we may not even notice them coming through because we're too distracted. Also, this is all about a mystery unfolding. And so get really comfortable with allowing that mystery to fold and not needing to control it or to force it in any kind of way. The other thing is that because the energy is going to come through whenever it's ready, they may not come through in the timing that you want. And we need to get comfortable with the fact that we just need to rely on the inner knowing that we already have up until this point, and that there might be no more that come through. No matter what's going on around us, and we've come out of potentially quite a tough year for many people, so there is this pressure already in the collective consciousness around us. So I'd encourage you to, no matter what's going on around you, to really anchor into that inner truth, to that inner knowing, the truth that is there for you, not needing to follow what others do or how others think, because the inner truth that is yours cannot be taken away from you, and it's there to guide you. It's there to really be part of your process in this life. If you have any inner knowing or insights that come through this week, or any experience of how this energy feels, please share and let us know how this is showing up for you, how this is working for you. Another thing I'd like to quickly share is that if you've been following the 5-phase process of stepping into the new year, then this particular trait is the 3rd trait in that particular cycle. And I'm going to share a link in the comments below for anyone that's interested in a 5-part free video series, which really helps you to understand how each one of these energies work, leading us up to the solar new year, which is only going to happen towards it. It normally happens in the early 20s of January. So just hop on board to that and see how that works, and it could really assist you in embracing all the different transit energies that are coming through in the solar new year, so that you can really step into the solar new year correctly as yourself, fully aligned to your design. If you have any questions or any other comments, please pop them in below, and if you'd like to ensure that you don't miss an episode, please hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.